Right, now let's look at what's happening, the latest that's happening on the continent. The last absolute monarch, Eswatini, are calling for calm as pro-democracy protest continues to rock the kingdom. This as reports emerge of mysterious murder of a student, Thabani Nkomonye, at the hands of the police. Now at least 21 more deaths have been reported as the protests spread across the country. The EFF Eswatini, a chapter of the economic freedom fighters, have called the country's youth into action. Nombulelo Motsa, she's the president of the EFF Eswatini. She joins us now to give us an update on the protests. Nombulelo, it's an absolute pleasure being in your company. Let's start from the beginning. I mean, these protests essentially started on the 12th of April in a peaceful way. Can you just talk us through a timeline of how they've degenerated to this point where we are seeing bodies on the ground?
Good morning. Since 12 can I go on?
Yes, you can indeed, Nombulelo. Can you just talk us through, what has unfolded since those peaceful protests on the 12th of April, including the murder of aspiring lawyer Thabani Nkomonye that took place, and what that's led to as well?
Okay, the protest started on April 12th because Kinfolk were banned political parties. So when we gathered together to recommemorate the banning of political parties. So the police started there. They started discussing us, and they demanded that we go away. We scatter. So we listened to them, but along the way, some of our protesters were arrested along the way and were taken to the police station. That's how it started. So after that, there's the incident of Thabani Nkomonye, who died in the hands of the police. So we demanded justice for Thabani, and still today we don't have answers of how Thabani died. So after the marches of Thabani, the police whenever come, they threw tear gas to the innocent people who were marching unarmed from the peaceful marches. They fought back instead of listening to the people. So now the situation is so bad. After they dispersed us from the memorial, we started delivering petitions from the Tinkhundla constituencies. So we were giving them the demand of how we want to be governed, and now after some time, after we delivered too many constituencies, I think the acting Prime Minister used the degree of telling us that we should stop. It just came from nowhere that we should stop delivering petitions due to COVID-19. But those things, they are not related. If they want us to stop the petition, they should provide us with vaccine, not that we stay away. Because it seems like they don't want to listen to anything that we have to say. They are all detectives, these people here. And now the situation is very, very bad. And that's where they started banning. The youth got angry. They started fighting back. They are now banning roads. They blocked roads, banning trucks. They are looting shops, and the situation has become worse now. But the people of Swaziland now want the multi-party democracy. They are tired of the governance of the Tinkhundla regime now.
It's been days of riots that have taken place, Eswatini, and we've seen, from the few images that we have seen, it looks absolutely terrible with some deaths there. You've mentioned that there are some people that have since allegedly been killed by the police and the military. The government saying that it's about, it's less than 20, and reports have it as more. Is there an official number? And And why would the Eswatini government hide how many fatalities have occurred during this protest?
These people, they just don't want us to know how many people they have killed. They are hiding more people. Even some were banned from the fire or the brewery. Those who were there, they saw soldiers killing people and they throwing them into the fire to erase evidence. And some of them just heard that they were loaded in a police van and nobody knows where they were taken to. The only people that were confirmed as of yesterday, there were about 23 those people were declared who were they. Then the others, they remain unknown. There are also 6 bodies which remain unknown as of yesterday. But the killings are continuing, and they are now getting from house to house in the dense populated areas. They are looking inside. They are shooting people even there. They are beating up people. So the situation is very, very bad now, and they are searching for us everywhere. Even now, I'm not even at home. I've been told that they are looking for me everywhere. So I have to go away from home. We are not safe anymore.
I mean, Mbabane is essentially under lockdown, if I can call it that, with the fact that roads have been blocked. There's supplies that are running out within the town. That must be a huge concern. People unable to get the necessary food and everything else that they need to survive.
Yeah, now the king has to come out and there has to be a dialogue. It cannot continue this way because people are dying. Very soon they will die of hunger. There are no food in the shops. The nearby shops, they were banned, looted, and there's nothing there. So the only businesses that are protected are his, that King Mswati owns. So we don't know what will happen next. People are dying, and very soon they'll die of hunger. That is true.
You're speaking of protected businesses. We had the acting Prime Minister of Eswatini on Newsroom Africa yesterday. He said that the military have been deployed to protect strategic locations for the government. Do you feel that the military are doing the king's bidding instead of actually protecting things for the people of Eswatini?
No, that's not true. Maybe they are protecting the large businesses, but those people, they are owning small businesses. They are not protected at all.
And now, regarding the government's response, what would make you confident of finding a solution and a way to work together going forward?
There's no solution yet, but if the king could only order his soldiers to go back to the camps, that's where we can start making things working for us all. But as for now, we cannot do anything while soldiers are there in the road killing people.
All right, let's leave it there for this morning. Thank you so much for your time, Nombulelo Motsa. She is the president of the EFF Eswatini, and just talking about all of that unrest that's currently happening in Eswatini, in the kingdom, of course, the last absolute monarch on the continent.